Alright, vlog. Hello. It is 10 a.m. on Sunday and I've decided to do a 12-hour readathon because Vlogmas is all about getting more vlogs out, more content out. But Sundays are for reading. I don't know where I'm going with this intro. I feel like it sounded better in my head. But either way, it's 10 a.m. on Sunday. And before I do go and select the first book, I'm going to just go and get ready everything by the door that people are coming to pick up today. I have sold a bunch. If you saw yesterday's vlog, there was a lot to be cleared out and I listed it all and stuff is already sold. Oh, I don't want to be in the way of your football, babe. Did he get it?
Yeah.
Nice.
They won the game.
In fact, the guy who's just bought all this gym stuff has just messaged. So that's perfect timing. Good to get something out of the way. Hey, babe. The guy who's coming for the gym stuff, like, is coming now. Should I just see if he wants all that gym stuff for free? Just to get rid of it?
You may as well.
Okay. And whilst I am waiting for the gym bro to come, I am grabbing my tablet because the first book I'm going to read is volume 4 of Demon Slayer, the manga. I've read 1, 2 and 3 and I downloaded the chapters for volume 4 last night, so I'm going to read those just so I can get one book on the way under my wing. First things first. Hey everyone, it is 10 to 11 and I have just finished volume 4 of Demon Slayer and I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually going to give it 5 stars. In comparison of other graphic novels, I feel like if I compare it to full-on novels where I like fully escape and build a picture in my head, that experience is one I'm more familiar with and I guess I cherish more. But in terms of graphic novels, this is definitely a 5. And I say that because compared to other graphic novels that I have read, I actually understand what's happening at all times. If you've seen some of my later vlogs, I have finished reading Tokyo Ghoul and I always get so confused about who's who and what's what, but with Demon Slayer, like, I fully understand everything. And also some of the artwork is so gruesome. Kind of trigger warning. I'm going to show some pictures. Trigger warning for gory manga art style, so you don't see like red blood or anything, but it's a bit trippy. Like, they're so interesting, the characters and like the design elements. But I'm coming outside because Ty, bless him, put on a load of washing and it had red pants, but you know what's gonna happen, don't you? This was beige. Luckily, this one was already red, and so was, I've got a red nightie here. But this shirt, this David Bowie shirt, was beige, and so I'm intrigued to see what it looks like the right way round. Because to be fair, I don't think it'd be the worst thing to have a David Bowie shirt that was pink. You know what? I do not hate this. I'm going to hang it back up to dry. Ugh, but I'm also at this end of the house because I need to spin to figure out what book is next. So up goes the little spinny. I'm hoping for a poetry collection, but I'm not going to respin. Whatever the wheel spins, I will read. But I'm hoping for like a short one because I really want this next 12 hours, well, this current 12 hours, the next 11 hours to be really productive. Alrighty, Interior Chinatown it is. This is actually one of the bigger books I have left, however. It's like, seems pretty easy to read. Going to go for this bookmark simply because she is red and like this is red. So this is a book that's about our main character called Willis, and he doesn't perceive himself as a protagonist in his own life. And I'm quoting, he's merely the generic Asian man. Sometimes he gets to have all these different roles, but basically his parents think like he's, what's the word? Not a disgrace, but like not living up to what he could be doing. And basically it sounds like all he really wants to do is act, and that's not really accepted by his family. So I'm going to make a start on this, and once I understand more I will obviously update you with how it's going. I do want a snack though, and I do think I might make myself some caramel apples because I have some apples before I get into this. Hi! Skewer is $5. $5. The hell? Special $12. I mean, would that do 2 meals? God, why is eating healthy actually a pain? Is that stir fry-y stuff? Okay. Done. then that one.
Yeah.
$4.70. Yeah?
I think so.
Okay, done. Like the jankiest tongs ever.
They are.
Are we quicker to just use your fingers?
Well, I'm gonna use my fingers because my fingers get wet.
Hey babe. Hey babe. Hey babe. Oh, okay, so update. It is almost 3 o'clock, so we are 5 hours in, almost halfway, and the news is I still haven't finished my second book, but that's okay. I had a few side quests to do, like groceries and doing some washing and stuff, but more about this book. Basically, you can read it through two lenses. You can read it through Willis's life being told via a play, or you can read it as just a play. However, I think reading it as the latter is a disservice to the intricacy of the novel. Basically, Willis is, the way I understand what's going on, because it is quite complicated and nuanced. Willis is a middle-aged Asian man who is struggling to make ends meet, and he does make ends meet by his role in playing a character in a police, what's it called, drama, action drama, where he basically plays the Asian man. And we read about this, and it's all about like the racism and the tokenism in Hollywood, but we also get insight into his real life and how it's nuanced and stuff. There's lots of his real life and how in reality he's not doing so well. And I was going to say it's nuanced because there's so many different levels that you can read into it. We see his family and we see flashbacks. We see somebody who finally kind of got out of the system, has gone missing and somehow got back in the system, potentially in a dirty way, like money laundering or something. So it's really interesting. The way it's written is very much, it is like a play, like see if I can find you a good part where there is some dialogue. Like here you can see like the different dialogues, so when different people are speaking to each other. The characters are described as how they would be on their character sheets. So Willis is, depending on the role, like special guest Asian man, or unassuming Asian man, or like dead Asian man, that sort of stuff. And then the other main characters are also described by their role. So like his dad, depending on what part of his dad's life, he's either like the martial arts master, or he is father, or he is old man in Chinatown, like depending on where the characters are. So that's a really interesting and unique way to write the book. However, I do want to break, and I have my second caramel apple here because bless Ty, he wanted some of my last one, so I only ended up having like half of it. But to keep boosting my books for the day, I want to read one of these, either Death on the Nile or And Then There Were None. These are Agatha Christie graphic novels. I think I'm going to lean towards And Then There Was None, just because out of the two, I think this is the one I've heard the most of. I'm really excited to read it because the colours are so vibrant. So that's what I'm going to do. Like, look at this, so vibrant. It's giving me is it Tintin vibes? Okay. I did it again, guys. It's cursed. Every time we have a readathon, I have a nap. It's now almost 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is less of a nap and more of a sleep. Oh, I just walked into the door. More of a sleep. He's still asleep. Titus came and had a nap with me. I'm getting my books. I woke up in time for the people who bought some board games off me to come pick things up, but when I was asleep, someone messaged me being like, "Hi, I'm here." And it's like, cool, but you never organised to be here at this time and I was asleep, so I missed you. So haven't heard back from them, but that's all right. What I did do though before I fell asleep is I read Death on the Nile, and I actually really liked it. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I think having it in picture format was definitely good because I can see how it would have potentially drawn out and been a bit boring for me if it was in full novel format, just because I feel like the ending, whilst decently like plot twisty, wasn't anything like revelationary. Come on, brain, get back to working. It wasn't anything that made me stop and be like, oh my god, I never saw that coming. So I feel like if I'd read the whole novel, that would have been a bit of a anticlimactic ending, and I don't want to say a waste of time, but I'm really happy to be fair, Titus, I'm really happy Ty found this. I also read a bit more of Interior Chinatown, so I am about 100 pages, I believe. Pretty much exactly 100 pages from finishing this, so I'm going to sit here and try finish it. I was so tempted to just be like, you know what, oh my gosh, I fell asleep for like a couple of hours. That's it, that's the end of this readathon. But no, I will persevere. I will keep going. I also just remembered I've got washing out on the line. It's okay, we've still got a few hours of daylight left. Oh, it's so tiny. Also, it looks disgusting. I really do not like them, man. Do they not just look like slugs to you? Anyway, what's this movie called? Man from U.N.C.L.E.? Something like that? The Man from U.N.C.L.E., okay. For Henry Cavill. Oh, look, candlelit date. Chocolate. Oh, it's cold. The strawberries. Okay, we had a little movie interlude. 'Twas good. Hello, babe. Alrighty, everybody. I have just showered, as you can tell from my dishevelled appearance. But it is 10:03. And I finished Interior Chinatown, and I'm going to give it a solid 4 stars. I think it's a really good book for, like, challenging the way you look at things, or alternatively, really being in the shoes of someone else, in this case, Willis Wu. I really enjoyed it. I think the intricacy and the layers of meaning are just interesting to read from. I don't think I've ever read a book set out like this, like the whole thing set out like a play. I don't read plays. But also enough narration, like majority narration, where there's still a really solid plot and it's not old dialogue. I think it was really cool and unique how the different characters weren't given their actual names, except we knew Willis was Willis. Instead, we have like their roles. I think this is a book I would describe as brave, right? Like, I can't say much in terms of why I think it's brave, because that gets into very much spoilery territory, especially towards the last 2 acts. Not parts, acts. But all I will say is, I think if you want a book which puts you in the shoes of a Chinese American, if you want to read a book which makes you like expand your perspectives on life, and if you want something that reads autobiographical and like non-fictiony but is fiction, try and consider picking this up. It's a really fascinating book. In terms of the readathon, I fell asleep. I ended up watching a movie. The movie was really good, by the way. And overall, it could have gone worse. My history with readathons not very good, I think, because as soon as I tell myself to do something like that, like I have to do something for 12 hours, I just naturally rebel against it. But we managed to finish a decent amount of books. We finished, obviously, Interior Chinatown. We finished the Agatha Christie book, and we read a Demon Slayer volume. So 3 books in 12 hours. It's not a bad day whatsoever. Did I hope I'd read more? Yes, but you know what? It is not the end of the world. Tomorrow is the start of a new vlog. It is the start of the last week of school for me. No students, but teacher only days and that sort of stuff. I've got a prize giving, I've got staff farewells. Man, I need to write a speech. Future me problem. So stay tuned for that. So happy Vlogmas, enjoy all the places you go in your own reading adventures, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.